Hi Kevin, this is part 2 of your tutorial on bank drafts using Authorize.net. So you'll see here that I've already signed in onto your account. So you just go to Authorize.net, put in your login information, and it should bring you here to the home screen. Now there's a couple different options that you have depending on if you want it to be a one-time bank draft or recurring. We'll start with recurring because that one's a little more complicated. So you'll see here on the left-hand toolbar, there's a couple different options. What you would like to click on is recurring billing because you're going to be doing it more than once. Go ahead and click on that, and it'll bring you to the Automated Recurring Billing Service, the ARB. If we look here, there's a lot of different options for reports and settings and lots of different things you can do, but for this tutorial, you would like to click on Create a New ARB Subscription. It'll bring you to enter a new subscription page. Everything's pretty straightforward on this page, but you'll go ahead and click Charge a Bank Account, because we'll be using a check. Then you would come to the payment authorization information. You would enter the name of the account. This is all for the person that is making the donation. All the donations will be going through your Authorize.net account, so your bank information is already on there. You would put in their name on their account, the routing number, which is on the bottom left-hand side in between the two vertical bars, then their account number, bank type, I'm going to guess would be checking. Then you put in their bank name and the amount they would like to withdraw. You can put in order information. This is more for your records than for anything else. If you would like to put a subscription name that puts it tied to a certain account, so for instance if it was for the education campaign, you can put in that sort of information here. Invoice number if you would like to have an invoice number, and it's good to have a description so that way if there's any discrepancy of where this money went or why it was drafted, you have some record of that right here in the description. Then you can scroll down. You'll see under subscription interval, this is very important. You want to make sure that you're drafting it as often as the donor would like you to. And so you would select one of these every month, every 3 months, every 6 months. It's up to you. If you'd like to be less than that, you can just click here and make it every however many days. Minimum of 7, so it's once every week. Max is once every year. So generally speaking, it's going to be once a month. So you would click here and put every month. Then you go down below. This is another important piece, is how long you would like these recurring transactions to go for. So generally speaking, it's for about a year. So we have them here saying start date is today, and you would just put as the end date. $2014, or you can make it after a certain amount of actual drafts, but usually about a year or whatever the ongoing time frame. Maybe if it's for the duration of a campaign, say an election, you could put in for November to be the end date. That will again be up to the donor and your agreement with them. You can also test out a trial period, so that way you can not have it go on, for as long. You can only have a certain number of trials. Might be good when you're first starting out, just to make sure everything works. Lastly, you're going to put in the customer's information here. You need a minimum first name and last name, but I would encourage you to put as much information as possible. This will be useful down the road if you're trying to contact this person and for some reason you no longer have their information other than on the bank drafts. Lastly, if there is a need for shipping information, you can enter it here, or if it's just going to be very direct bank drafts, you just go ahead and click same as information entered in billing. Lastly, you would click submit, and that would submit the form, and you would get a yes, everything is great, or in this case where we have no information, you can see it'll tell us everything that we're missing. Name on account is a required field. You can go back, fill in that account. So you can see these different pieces of information here are very important, and anything with a little star is mandatory to move forward. So you can go through, make sure you have all the information, especially anything that has an asterisk next to it, and do that before you click the submit. Once you click submit, it will be entered into your banking information, and drafts will begin as soon as your bank drafts are approved, assuming all the information is correct. It is similar. If you'd like to do a one-time transaction, you would just click Virtual Terminal, charge a bank account. Same thing, enter in all of their information. Similar invoice and description. Again, I encourage you to put a description just in case. You can come down here and you'll see, put in all of their information. While this is not mandatory, it is highly encouraged to make sure that you have as much data in there as possible just in case anything happens. Same thing with the shipping information. You can go ahead and click submit once it's all done, and that is that. So just making sure that you have this information, and then lastly, we want to make sure that you have your data in order, and if there is any discrepancies, that you have something in writing. So Authorize.net actually provides you, and we'll put this in the email, a sample form that folks can fill out to verify that they are allowing you to make a withdrawal. And so we'll go ahead and click on that, and you'll see here, Authorize.net sample written language for eCheck.net recurring transaction payment authorization. It's a mouthful, but it's really useful. So you would again put in the date here. I leave all these blank for folks. They can fill out all this information, such as their signature, their name, all of their bank information, and attesting that this is correct. And they would go ahead and they could sign this information here, and this will protect you just in case there's any kind of discrepancy down the road. So I would highly encourage you to use this. We'll include the form in the email that we'll send you, and this should make you all set. So once you go back again to step 1, which was filling out the application, step 2 is getting their information and filling out a form such as this, step 3 is going in and going to Authorize.net, create a new ARB subscription, filling out this form, and you should be all set. Alright, that is your tutorial on how to get this done. I hope this is helpful, and I look forward to helping you process lots of big donations. Thanks again, and have a great day.